We have another busy day of NHL waiver wire activity. We'll discuss all the latest, including another claim and more players on waivers coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some more NHL waiver wire activity worth discussing here today. Of course, yesterday we saw a few players on waivers, two from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and of course, one was claimed and one has cleared. Now, we also had another prospect on unconditional waivers yesterday for the purpose of contract termination. Of course, they cleared as well. But Alex Nylander of the Maple Leafs, he cleared. He was not picked up, so he can be reassigned to the Toronto Marlies. So I know, he, Willie, obviously we're looking forward to playing together. I'm sure neither one of them were thrilled with him being on waivers, but at the same time, the Leafs are getting healthier, and he hasn't really produced much, so it's unfortunate, but that's just the business of the game. The other player, though, hadn't played with the Leafs yet, and that was defenseman Dakota Mermis, who they had signed as an unrestricted free agent. He's 30 years old. He's a little bit of a journeyman defenseman, played a couple years in Minnesota. For a lot of teams would be a serviceable 6, 7, 8 guy, and well, he's been picked up by Utah. Obviously, he got hurt in the preseason. I believe it was I don't know if he broke his jaw or fractured jaw. It was a jaw-type injury, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. And he's been out for the entire duration so far. So he has not played this year. So, again, this is the second time we've seen a player not play because of a preseason injury and ended up getting claimed, which is kind of unusual, but it happened. So Utah takes Dakota Mermis from Toronto, and he will now join their club. So that's the story for the claims. And then today on waivers, we have two more players, including former Maple Leaf and current Edmonton Oiler, Travis Dermott. Dermott has got himself a one-year deal through the Edmonton Oilers late in the preseason. He's played 10 games. I know the Leafs, the Oilers have been trying to, kind of rejig their blue line here. I know early on they weren't quite finding that right mix exactly, looking to make some changes. He's played 10 games. He has no points. He's -3. Not that plus minus is a huge thing, but it hasn't quite worked out. And they've, the way things have gone with him and the depth chart and players playing ahead of him, it just kind of makes sense that they need to open up some space here. So Travis Dermott goes on waivers, but he does have enough of a track record of playing in the NHL that it wouldn't be shocking if another team did decide to pick him up. If a player like Dakota Mermis can get picked up, you would think a player like Travis Dermott could get picked up too. You just never know. It depends on who's looking on any given day for the right situation. So Dermott on waivers here today. We'll find out tomorrow if he's still an Edmonton Oiler or if he's on to another franchise. And we also have another prospect getting his contract terminated, mutually agreed upon, of course. But Henry Nikkanen of the Winnipeg Jets have decided mutually together to terminate his contract. Generally speaking, when this happens, 99% of the time, it's when a player, generally from Europe, is not getting the opportunity that they're looking for, or isn't working out for whatever reason, and they end up going back overseas, closer to home, or over to Europe, where there might be a better opportunity for them to play. So that's probably what's going on in that scenario. So for today, Nylander clears, Mermis is with Utah, and now Travis Dermott is the next one up on the waiver wire sweepstakes that could be on to a new team tomorrow. We will wait and find out once the waivers news comes out at that time. Of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. I'll be back later with another video recapping the rest of today's news and rumors from around the league. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.